Hi everyone, my name is Heather Pickens, and today I'm going to talk about stress in the workplace, in life, ways to handle stress. I'm going to define some terms. I'm going to talk about what stress does to the body. I'm going to talk about how I have lived and learned through personal experiences, and then I'm going to wrap up and kind of give everyone a chance to add things if they would like to. Okay, so a little bit about me first before we get started. Paul asked me to do this video. Paul is the regional customer service manager in the Phoenix terminal. I work in the service recovery department, so my job is to keep freight moving in transit. And today I'm going to just kind of dive right in to what stress is. Can anyone tell me what stress is? No one? Okay, well, I will just go ahead and give a definition. Stress is a factor or a trigger that can cause harm to the mind and body. It can be onset by various things, personal situations, illness, life, work. There is several different factors that can lead to stress. Body's reaction to stress, it can cause changes to the nervous system, such as heart disease, high blood pressure. It can change hormones. So there are several different things that stress can do to the body, and we will touch on that later. I'm also going to define optimism, self-efficacy, and hardiness. Optimism is the hopefulness and confidence of handling stress. Self-efficacy is the belief in handling situations that are stressful. And lastly, hardiness is the personal ability to cope. People who are living the hardy lifestyle or have the hardy personality, they may not always be more positive, but they are more strong-willed and they are able to handle stress better. They are just more able to cope with stress. Okay, I'm also going to define and kind of talk about Hans Sayer's study of stress. If you're not sure who Hans Sayer is, he basically studied rats' response to stressors and triggers, whether they were illness, severe cold, things like that, just anything that was very stressful to the mind and body. Based on his experience, he created the term general adaptation syndrome to describe three distinct physiological changes that occur to stress. These are measured in 3 stages. The first stage being alarm. The general alarm reaction is the body's releasing stress hormones that include cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. Stage 2 is resistance. The body tends to adapt to an ongoing threat and return to normal functions. Basically, it just means business as usual after the initial alarm. And then the final stage, stage 3, is exhaustion. Basically, it's just your body has been depleted of glucose. Your body begins to fail. Illness results, or even death. So this kind of touches on the health that onsets from stress. And like I said, I'm going to touch on that more later. But first, I'm going to move on to the body's flight or response system or response, and the tend or befriend response. So the fight or flight, I'm sure most of you have heard of, it is basically just an emotional or behavioral reaction to stress. So you can either fight aggressively or you can run away from the situation, fight or flight. And men are actually more, tend to fall under this category. So men, due to this, they they're more likely to either have an aggressive attack or retreat from the trigger. And this can lead to heart disease because of the cortisol. So men who are in stressful situations are more likely to develop heart disease, which is a definite health concern. Now, women are more likely to kind of steer towards the tend and befriend response. And it's just a reaction to protect from a threat or a trigger of stress. And because of this, women tend to be more healthier. And women who follow the tend or befriend do not release that cortisol. Ways to manage stress. You can exercise, you can open up, you can get massages, you can take time off from work, go on vacation, cook dinners, leave work on time. Try not to, if you need to step away from your desk, you can do that. There's several different ways you can handle stress, whether it be in the workplace, at home, life, whatever the situation may be, there's always a solution. So as far as workplace goes, definitely getting away from your desk, taking walks, taking good use of your breaks, of your lunch, coming to work early, staying on top of your assignments. If you need help, ask for help. Those are all ways you can handle stress in the workplace. Outside of work, whatever the situation may be, you can exercise, you can get massages, you can go on long walks, you can take vacations, you can cook with your kids, do activities with your children, go on dates with your spouse or your partner, whatever the situation may be. There are several different ways to handle stress. You just got to find what makes you happy. And I definitely believe that pinpointing what the stressor or trigger is in your life and eliminating that. Whatever you do, do not ignore stress. Stress that is ignored can lead to very severe situations or health issues like I've discussed earlier. Okay. Does anyone have any questions before I kind of jump into personal experiences? Okay. For me personally, I handle my stress by blogging. I have a disease called endometriosis, and I also have interstitial cystitis. And to cope with those diseases, I blog. I communicate with other people. I am in support groups. I do whatever I can to help women with the disease because I feel like that is what I'm here for. And so by helping other women, I help myself. It's therapy for me. And that is how I definitely cope with stress. Blogging, helping with fundraisers for endometriosis and interstitial cystitis. Those are all ways that I help myself, and that's by helping others. So yeah, that is basically it. Does anyone have any other questions regarding stress in the workplace or ways to cope with stress? Or even if you have a question on the health conditions that can arise from stress, I am happy to answer. Okay, well, if you have anything that you want to add, or if you have any questions for me, even after this conference is over, you can either reach out to me. My email is just heather.pickens at our company's email, or you can ask Paul and he can get a hold of me. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.